today. My name is Veronica. Myself and my other half come to you from Chasing Sunshine. We are going to be updoing candlesticks with DIY clay-based paint, some texture medium, and lots of love. If you're interested in that type of content, stick around. If at any time you guys want to hop on over to our website, which is chasingsunshinebyv.com, to paint just any product that we use today, just do it. Hop on over there. Itsy bitsy beautiful cover girl. So without further ado, we're just going to jump right into this project. I purchased these handy dandy candlesticks. They are ginormous. So this is the Zeb like a measurement. They're basically a paw long. They're my entire forearm. There's this one, and then there's this one, which is just a little bit smaller, but they're both really great. They're solid wood, and they do have a couple of little cracks within them, and so they are damaged. And because of that, Veronica loves to find things like this at the Goodwills, because that just means I can ask for extra money off. As you guys pop on, say hey, hey, and let's just have a great darn day off. Yay, it's a Monday and it's a day off. So we're going to just do this little project today. We are live on YouTube as well as Facebook. So my tagline is Chasing Sunshine by Veronica on both places. So if you're on Facebook, hop on over to YouTube and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, hop on over to Facebook and like our page, if you wouldn't mind. That's if you like the content. So because of these cracks, we are actually going to make some texturized DIY clay-based paint so that we can kind of hide those cracks. You know, the cracks aren't so bad, honestly, but I do want to cover them up. And then we are going to make risers out of these. So if you guys have ever done this, let me know in the comments before. Hey, Miss Kathleen. Hi, Melinda. How are you girls today? So whenever you guys have little, you know, containers, save them if you can for mixing purposes. So we're going to just go ahead and mix up some DIY old school. So I really do like the black in color because it goes really good with the topper that I want to put on these. And so if you guys are interested in finding out what the topper we're going to use for these for our risers, you're just gonna have to stick around and watch the darn video. Okay, so to not veer too far from the black, because I do want to cover up those cracks, we're just going to go with some old school and maybe even some dark wax. I'm not so certain yet. But because there's not a lot of paint within this, we're just going to use this as our container. I have got nothing more than a baking soda and sea salt mixture here. I would say probably 3 to 1, 3 parts baking soda to 1 part table salt or sea salt, whatever it is that you like to use. And then just use your best judgment as far as mixing it together. You know, DIY clay-based paint is super thick, and so it's just a ratio. There's about this much paint in there, and I put probably about a good 4 tablespoons of this texture. That might be too much. We'll just have to see. I'm just going to use a cruddy old paintbrush here to mix it up. Because of laziness, I do not want to wash my spoon. And so this stuff, when it mixes into your paint, and you can use that medium within any kind of paint that you use. If you use, you know, Dixie Belle or Waverly or whatever it might be, that is not an all-inclusive mixture. It goes with any old paint. And so the DIY clay-based paint is super thick. This just makes it much thicker with a little bit of texture as well. Okay. So mix it up real good and then just start slapping it on there. I'm going to move YouTube down so you can actually see the project. And then Facebook, you can kind of see what's going on, I do believe. But I might as well just move you down a little bit as well. Okay, there we go. All right. So I did clean these with just standard Dawn dish soap. And so when I use a texture medium, I just kind of slap it on there. Especially pay close attention to the areas in which you want to hide, which would be the cracks in this little girl, which are right here. So you could see, I can't see what I'm doing, but you basically just fill it in there. Just fill it in there, guys. And it's kind of working as like a putty, essentially. Now, the areas that are like spindle-esque, where they've carved this actual candlestick. I don't want to get too much texture medium in those areas because, you know, I like that detail, but where the cracks are, I'm going to stick it in there pretty good. Okay. And as you guys jump on, say hello. I do see Miss Shannon is on. Hello, sweetheart, and Daluni. Yes, you guys are amazing. I hope that everyone had a fabulous day off today. If you were able to get the day off, not everyone gets the day off. Darn it, my daughter's working today. But we did have a birthday barbecue here yesterday, and that was so much fun. So nice to see baby Hadley Joe and all the babies. The grand boys spent the night, and we just had a blast this weekend. Does not feel like the weekend should be over quite yet, and we even get an extra day. Look at me. I'm not complaining. Not at all. So thankful. So yes, I just thought I would pop on because I wanted to. I dyed my hair today. Can you see the little dark streak there? And then I dyed the back again. Some espresso brown. So I thought that was fun. And then tomorrow I'll be live on the DIY paint page. There is going to be a, that's on Facebook for the YouTubers. There is going to be a DIY paint marathon coming up soon. I'm not going to be part of it just because I don't have any of the Bohemian Brights. They have been sold out ever since basically they became available. The same day they became unavailable. So the manufacturer is really working hard to get some more available for all of us that didn't have the opportunity to get them while they were hot. But that should be a pretty fun live is basically what I'm trying to say, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so once you get the texture medium on there, and I know this isn't super exciting because it's like, you know, they started off black and now they're like, you know, light black. But the whole objective was to fill the cracks. Hi, Lisa. How are you? From Idaho. I was just telling my other half about Idaho, how much I really like it. So now I'm taking a dry chip brush, guys. Nothing much more than a dry chip brush. And then I'm going to go in and pounce before this paint dries. And the reason I'm doing that is because this is me creating texture now. I've got the medium on there, and you can already see in the light gray areas it's wanting to dry up on us because this DIY paint is amazing. It dries really fast. It's made out of clay and also chalk, two substances that dry fast. And so you want to work kind of fast, I guess, depending on the project that you're working on. I'm just losing some hairs out of this chip brush, which is interesting because I've used this quite a bit. Should already have all those hairs out. Oops, I feel that stuff flicking all over my face. Okay, so just make sure that you get the desired texture that you want before you quit pouncing and set it aside. We're going to set that aside, and we're going to do the same to this little girl here, which is the bigger one. Oh, didn't even finish my story. I'm not the best storyteller, but when I got these at the old Goodwills yesterday, it's the first time I've been to the Goodwills in like forever. I'm going to spray I took my handy dandy spray brush in the bathroom, or a spray container. I got these. I went to the Goodwill, and this one was marked at $5.99, the tall one. And the smaller one was marked at $3.99. And because of the cracks, which I almost feel like were kind of there on purpose, I think it was part of the look that the place was going for, honestly. I don't know. I said, hey, these are pretty damaged. Is there any way I could get a discount? Right? Might as well try. Doesn't hurt to ask. And the gal said, oh, yeah, those are pretty bad. Sure, you can have them both for $3.99. I was like, what? I was like, sweet, right on, thank you. Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna fix them because the girl at the counter, she knows me because I typically pre-COVID went in there quite a bit. So this little handy dandy crack is pretty good. So just kind of build it up, build it up, build it up, build it up, and then you might have to come in with like a second layer. You know what I mean? Okay. So with the rest of it, just kind of spread it on there because remember, this paint dries pretty fast. And because it's actually so thick, it wants to dry even a little more. So I just dip my brush in some water to get a little movage going on. So on Wednesday, I'm going to be going live with Miss Looney on our Wacky Wednesday. And we're going to be doing a canvas, guys. I haven't done a canvas in forever, like years, like several years. So I'm really excited about it. I just got a small canvas and I have an idea, and it has to do with birds. So I'm going to do something with birds. When we'll see how it rolls. I mean, I'm not no canvas pro really by far, but we're going to give it a whirl, especially in acrylics and or clay paint, which is what I'm using, because I actually Daniel Smith is a line that I love, and I gave my whole acrylic kit away to one of Jeremy's daughters. And so, oops, so I don't have much as far as acrylic paints. So we're going to use some clay paint. I thought, why not? Everyone else does, and it works just fine. And I do have a couple colors though. One of them being I say this wrong every time, but it's called quinacridone gold or something. Quinacridone or something like that. It's like, it is the Daniel Smith line. And I know I'm saying that wrong, but that's how I have said it throughout the years. So I have that, and it used to be quinacridone gold, but now it's quinacridone nickel gold is the only one that I could find. So I'm thinking that it might be a pretty similar color, which is just really a bright, brilliant kind of gold, or like an orangey yellow, essentially is what it is. And it's one of my very favorite colors in watercolor, as well as the acrylic line with Daniel Smith. And I have a green gold. It's called green gold, guys. If you like bright, brilliant colors, those are some fabulous ones to have in your toolbox. I'm hoping that this so this was Delisa's idea that we do canvases together, because we have never. And so I'm hoping that it sparks something in me so that I want to do it more. That's kind of my hope. So I'm way over here. I apologize, guys, if you haven't been able to see the whole time what I've been working on. So again, come in with this dried chip brush and just dabba do ya, and then it creates all that lovely texture that you could possibly want. And this is just one coat. It does help that the base layer was already dark in color, and there will be some peaks and valleys with the texture. It's super random for you random lovers. And you can definitely knock down some of these humps and bumps if they're a little too intense after it dries. I recommend you actually kind of doing that a bit so that it's not sharp, unless that's what you're going for, of course. Don't let me tell you what to do. So I'm just trying to mask that huge crack. That will not compromise the integrity of this candlestick at all, because so if you folks know wood at all, if you make something with a wet piece of lumber, as it dries, it cracks. And so that appears to be like what probably happened here, honestly, if they didn't intentionally want to crack, which I don't know. I thought they did at first, but the more I look at it, it's like a solid piece of wood. So how could they intentionally make it crack? Like, really? I don't know. I'm not going to do the top there. Just that. We're good. We're done. So stick your brush in some water so that if you can save it, right? And then this will stay good as long as you keep it sealed. It's good to go. So for my next textured project in dark, I'll be ready to roll. Okay, clean up your area just slightly, and then we're just going to dry these little girls up. And this project's moving right along, right along. Looking forward to Thursday. Yeah, Thursday midday for Australian time. All right, KK. And I'm sorry, I have this like microphone is blocking my view here. It says, Lisa says it's going to be really cold up here this week. It's going to be 19 degrees for the high temperature. Oh my gosh, where's that at, Lisa? You just said Idaho. So my middle son lived in Idaho. He worked with the Forest Service on the, let me think about it, because I went to visit him. It was amazing, but let me think of the name. No, that was White Silver Springs, Montana. White something, Idaho. There's Great Falls. That's not it. It was what? Whitefish. It was about a little over an hour from Boise. Is where he lived at one point. Oh my gosh, I can't even think of it. Garden Valley, Idaho. The Garden Valley Ranger District. Do you know that spot, Lisa? So gorgeous. Quaint little towns. They have elk farms there. And I was really interested in your guys' trees because you have huge conifers that actually lose their needles. Like the conifers around here, we have like ponderosa pine, sugar pine, Doug fir. We have brewer's spruce. We have fox pine. Lots of hardwoods. But our conifers do not lose their needles. I thought you guys had diseased trees. I was like, son, what's going on with all these conifers? They're like yellow, the leaves, the needles, and they were falling. And he's like, that's like what they do around here. It was so interesting to me. I just absolutely loved Idaho, though. Yes, I did. Yeah, so, Facebook can't even see what's going on here. Boop. So yeah, we're just basically drawing these candlesticks, and then we're going to knock them down just a bit, the texturized spikes, essentially. And then we're going to put some dark wax because I do like the dark color with the topper that we're going to place on top. And whenever you can find wooden candlesticks and you're interested in making risers of some sort, it is ideal to have wood candlesticks. And for the sole purpose of being able to drive screws and or brad nails into the top with whatever you're attaching to it. Because I've made several risers now, and I'm always a little apprehensive because I don't want them to break, upon, in shipment, or when someone gets them home. That would just be devastating to me. That'd be so sad. So yeah, we're just basically drying these, and they're almost dry, guys. I could see my salt kind of popping off in a few places here where I guess I didn't mix it. Oh my gosh, you scared the heck out of me. That's my baby. He just got back from a run. Say hi, baby. You're on Facebook and YouTube.
Hi, baby. I'm on Facebook and YouTube.
YouTube can't see you. There you are. There you go. How far to go, love? 4.5 miles. Woo-hoo! Heck yeah. Yes. And Miss Lisa says, oh, so you're in Haley, Idaho? You don't know where that, you just moved up there. Okay. You're from Southern California, you moved to Idaho? Yes, girl. Idaho's the bomb, chicky wow. And so Shannon's turned wooden, vintage wooden salt and pepper shakers into candle holders. You have? I would love to see them, girl. I wish you could attach like pictures to the live stream comments. I've tried before. That'd be super cool. Okay, so the first one that we coated appears to be almost 100%. Oh, Darwin just... Yeah, there goes our heat gun. My puppy dog tripped over it. I don't have the best setup here for electricity, but that's okay. This one was about dry, and we'll go ahead and just clean our surface up just a little bit. I'm going to turn you back down, Miss YouTube. And then, let's see what we're going to do here. Some black. I want to use some black. So, should I use black DIY clay-based? Not clay-based. Oh, this isn't even the actual black. This is my Dark and Decrepit. I just got some Dark and Decrepit dust from the DIY line. I'm super excited. Baby, where is my dark wax? Do we want... Okay. So, folks, weigh in. Should I use a white wax or should I use dark wax on these? Let me know. So dark wax, that's what I want it too, but let's see what everyone else says. So Lisa is from Fallbrook, California. We're Vintage Retail Therapy. Oh, you were. Oh, she's having a, I didn't even finish. I just read it. So Vintage Retail Therapy by Mara. She lives down there. And so you must have been to the DIY a Go-Go before, huh, girl? We got to go there this last year. So I'm going to grab my wax. Dark. Thank you, Shannon. Okay, we're doing it, guys. We got two that say dark, so we're gonna do dark. Baby, I might need you to go get me some dark wax. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. So I thought I was prepared, guys. I totally thought I was prepared. Oh, I want to use dark wax. I wanted to too. You guys, well, come over here and cough up a lung and say hey while I go get the... Baby, I need to go get the wax. I need to go get the wax. I'll be right back. No, I'll go get it. You said no. Go say hi. Go say hi.
Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do to pass time. I'm not the crafter, so. Oh, see? Didn't have to pass much time. Here she is. Ladies and gentlemen, Veronica.
Sorry, guys. Such a dork, such a dork. Well, the thing of it is I could primp and try and get my area ready for days, and I'll always have one more thing to do, right? And so I just decided to push, let's go live. Let's just get started. I thought I had my DIY wax here. So this is the DIY dark wax. And when you first open it, there is a little bit of like creamy substance on the top. That's a wax. Just stir together. Boy, I'm out of breath. I am so out of shape, guys. I had to run upstairs for that one. So, it's way up there. Okay, guys, I got my dark wax brush here. I tend to just not really wash them. I just kind of cover them up and call it good. But with that said, you have to like kind of soften up the bristles, and sometimes there's like chunky chunks in there. They dry a little bit, and so you want to just break it up like that with a handy dandy rag of some sort. And then I'm just going to take this piece of paper towel and use it essentially as like a little piece of sandpaper, and I'm going to come down and just wipe off those high lumpy bumps like we were speaking of earlier. Number one, because it's not 100% dry, and the texture is also like the salt and the baking soda mixture, which I call dab and dust. I made it. I could name it. It's called dab and dust. and so they just knock off pretty easily. No big dealio. Okay, I'm glad you guys decided black wax, because with the toppers that we're going to put on these, I did really like the dark color. I really liked the dark color. So you don't want to breathe that stuff if you can help it, but if you can help it, get your little work area semi-clean. Okay, so here we go. Going in with the wax, but I'm going to use a different brush. We'll just use a GRV stencil brush and mix up this wax just a little bit, guys. It's super buttery smooth, so it's not like some furniture waxes are really hard, like a polishing wax kind of hard, like, hard. And this is not, and that's really one of the things that sets it aside from all the other products out there, is that it's smooth like butter. That's what everyone says. Anyway, okay, so you don't want to waste it, so just go ahead and take all that wax off of that end of the paintbrush there and stick that into the water. Okay, here we go, guys. Going in. Start at the base, because wax is really nothing more than a clear wax with like a paint or a pigment, and so it's going to, if you use like a dark wax over a dark color like this, it's just going to intensify and deepen that color. And the same thing goes with white. Like I've seen Jamie Ray like several times when she paints something white, instead of going over it with a clear wax, she goes over it with a white wax. And that's just to like kind of seal the deal if there's any sort of like spots in the white where it wasn't like just brilliant white as she would have liked. No, then it is, right? And so you never went there, Lisa? Bummer dealio. I'm sorry. It's a super fun place. You could always go on to online, the DIY Go shop online, and she has it really organized well. She has some good stuff, guys. And Shannon says you need to put clear on it first. Oh no, you're asking me, do you? No, no, honey, you don't. You don't need to put clear on it first. Okay, that was a good catch though, Shannon, because if I was not wanting this to be like totally saturated with the dark wax, yes, at that point you would definitely put a clear wax on first. And the reason for that is so that it then acts as a buffer so that you can buff it back to, you can control the dark wax basically better. You're able to like then wipe it off. But at this point, I'm actually trying to intensify this skeleton key. So the only reason I use skeleton key and not black is because they were already black, like the candlesticks, and I thought it would be really boring if I just put a coat of black on here. So really, I should have just put black on here. I'm such an idiot stick because I did like the black, but I just wanted to change them. They needed a little fresh start in life. So we just did old school, one of my favorite dark grays. My favorite dark gray, one of my favorite colors from the DIY paint line. You guys could all see pretty good. Yes, and I think I got everyone. Oh, Rashwanda says, hi, Rashwanda. How are you, honey? Says, since you have all that texture, white wax. Oh, I just seen this. I'm sorry. Next time. Next time. The whole reason I put white wax on was to cover up those crackety cracks in here. So if you guys are watching, I've been trying to go live when my other half isn't home because we both suck the internet down so much when we're together. And so he's currently on his gaming station. So is there a difference in the picture from when it first started to now? That's my question to you. Like, is it coming in and out? Is it blurry? Let me know so that I know. So I know what to do in the future. Okay, guys. There's that. There's that. Okay. So now we need a handy dandy rag of some sort. And so what I typically do is I just get these little girls at the secondhand store, Goodwill, yard sale, wherever I can find them. And then any old little rag, right? Especially if they're super cheap or in the free bin. And then I just cut them up and use them and throw them away. This one's a pretty thick one. Kind of wasteful in some ways, but as you could see, this is like, I never washed this. I got this from a secondhand store. And so you could tell it's been used and abused. We're going to abuse it some more right here, right now. Guess what we got this morning, guys? We got some snow. Little baby bit, but still. It was calling for it like all last week, and I thought, it ain't gonna snow. It's ridiculous. And it snowed. It did. It did. It does look awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Shannon says, on Facebook it changes sometime, but your YouTube seems like no difference. Okay, so Facebook it changes sometimes, but YouTube seems like no difference. Okay. Thank you for answering me. I really appreciate that so much, Shannon, because honestly, I mean, my common sense says that when we're all we live in a really remote area, and so our cell phones we have like one bar here. So we use Wi-Fi calling, and that kind of works. Like, honestly, it really don't even work that good. And so our internet service is like terrible. So right now the difference is that he's home now from his run, and he's playing his online video game. And I am filming with 2 cameras right now. 2 cameras. Okay, guys. Wow. I really like this. So you guys can see, here's all the texture, the yummy texture, guys. Do you see it? And it covered up those cracks really well. You can barely even see where they were. And it's super dark. So this one's not quite dry yet. And look at all the textures. So we came off a little texture, but the dark wax, do you see how much the dark wax basically intensifies the color? Pretty amazing, right? And it's sealed, it's done. this is done. So with that said, to shorten up the video, and because we're kind of sucking the internet down and I don't want to just create a not a great video, I am going to kind of dry my paws off a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and top this. Okay. Yes. Hey, Derek. I'm doing super well. How are you doing today? Got a day off today. Yeah. Okay, so this is the smaller one. So this is what we're topping it with, guys. A basket. How does that look? You guys like that? Isn't that going to be cute? And then it could like go in the bathroom for toilet paper or some hand towels or whatever it might be. I feel like it's super good. This is wood and this is wood. And so we will be able to glue, screw, and tattoo. I'm just joking. Such a dork. So we can glue it. We could either screw it or use a brad nailer. Oh, we got some folks on. Cheryl, how are you? Thank you for their order. Oh, so YouTube comments come and go. Like I just barely seen it. I barely got to even read and see who it was. I seen Cheryl. That's it. So if I miss your comments, I do apologize. I'll come back and read them later if I can find out how to do that. Yes. And that's a basket to die for. You like it? You like it? Oh, thanks, sweetheart. It's pretty fun. Okay. So we're going to grab the nail, the brad nail, whatever it is. Not a nail. It's just a brad driver. Let's just pray it works today. Okay. So we're going to pull this down. I'm going to pull you guys back down so you can kind of see what I'm doing on YouTube. And I am going to check my brad nails. So you open it that way and the brad nails are this way. And these ones are a little too small. They're about 1 inch. And so in my handy dandy bag here, we got some bigger ones. Okay, we're going to use this size here. Boop. This is, I don't know, about that big. I don't know, 1.5 inches maybe, 1.25 inches. And because we have, these are made out of wood, then it's going to be good to go. So, come on, baby. Come on. I'm always afraid of loading that. Sometimes I feel like it's just going to shoot out. So the only metal part on here is like this. I could see that they like have 2 little nails with a metal plate. So we'll see if this brad nailer can actually go through it. We'll just give it a whirl right here. And you should wear eye protection too, or close your eyes. Ah! Okay, it went right through it. We're good to go, girls and boys. See, it went right in, right there. Right there, right there. Okay. Let's do it, guys. So, I got my handy dandy hot glue gun hot and ready to roll right here, right here. And then we're going to, so when you work with the hot glue, you kind of got to work fast, right? Because it dries so fast. So I'm just going to like do a nice bead on this raised area here. This is just for a little added bit of strength. This is a pretty hot glue gun. Sweetheart, will you let Dar in? He's outside. I'm kind of busy at the moment. I know you are too, but thank you. Okay, so then we get our handy dandy topper. And then I could kind of see like this. So I'm going to use that as my judgment for like the middle area. Whoa. Yeah. That looks like pretty good from the top. See how it looks from all sides. I've learned to like turn it and look at all sides. Okay. And it feels like it's a little heavy on that side. Pull over half a hair. Press down. Look again. Okay. I am on an uneven surface on there though too. So I could kind of see that looks good to me, girls and boys. That looks straight. Okay. So now you're not going to be able to really see me doing this majigger, but I'm going to do it anyway. 1. 2. Okay, those weren't great contacts, honestly, because that didn't work. It lifted up. Okay, so revisit my straightness. Okay, that was a good one. If it went in, I think it might have went in. Oh, it went in. Okay. I'm just gonna Brad nail it to death here, guys. Ah, rats. Rascals. Oh, I got a spark out of that one. Must have really hit the... Okay, so I guess that's gonna be enough for this purpose of like this purpose of the video, right? I could come in later, but look at that, guys. I feel like that's super cool. Put it on the chair here. Of course, the chair isn't quite, you know, flat, so it looks like it might be up a little bit. But isn't that sweet? I mean, who wouldn't want that for their bathroom? For, oh my gosh, I did come through. Look at that with the Brads. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna have to pull those out, which I will after the video. But for the video purposes, that is what it's going to look like, the finished project. And then I wanted to recap on the video, the stuff that we used. We used DIY old school clay-based paint. We used Dab and Dust, which is nothing more than baking soda and sea salt. And then we used some black wax, DIY, of course. It's a great brand. If you guys want any of the products, jump on over to our website, chasingsunshinebyv.com. And we got this at the Goodwill for probably $3.99. Baskets are kind of high. And then this was like $1.50. Excuse me, because I got both of them for $3.99, right? So a little more, whatever. Anyway, I think it's super cool. And then I will finish this one up off camera. And this is going to be the topper for this one here. So let's just whoop, get that one down there. Pull this one down here. And then that's going to be the topper for that one. So I think that'll be pretty cool too. And my mind goes to straight away to toilet paper for the restroom, right? And then or like folded up towels, hand towels, I think would be super cool too. I don't know. Thanks, Lisa. Thank you guys for popping on. I so appreciate your time so very much. Tomorrow, if you guys are interested in watching more projects, jump on over to the DIY paint page where I go live every Tuesday at 5 o'clock. And it's called It's That Time Tuesday, Chasing Sunshine Time. And then on Wednesday with Miss Delisa on Looneyland at 5 o'clock. Yeah, 5 o'clock. We're going to go live there for some canvas work. Super excited about that, guys. So, hi, Cheryl. Thank you for your order. You're so amazing. You never thought of putting a basket on top of a riser? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's the only comment I got to see. It went away so fast. So, alrighty, guys. I feel like that's just about all I have to share today. I guess I could show you one more thing. So, I got this huge, I make earrings, guys. I love making earrings. So I got this huge, huge bag full of these earring, like, papers with the plastic sheets to go over it so that you can display your earrings really nicely. I got the dark ones as well as the natural tan ones. And then the grandbabies and I got together and... oh my gosh, this is such a mess, but I'm going to lie them out anyway. We got together and we did some stamping for the IOD and also the stamps from Redesign with Prima. And so we did nothing more than just like stamp these cards. Oh, you guys can't see. I'm so sorry, YouTube. So we made these like super cool like little cards to then house our DIY, our earrings. And then we got this sweet little stamp that says handmade by Chasing Sunshine. Aren't those so cool? I mean, it's just like endless, totally endless what you can do with these darn little stamps that you can buy with Redesign with Prima and or IOD. Woo woo! So that was a fun project we did with the grandbabies this weekend. But I guess with that said, oh, I've got to show one of the ones that the grandboys did, right? So cute, huh? So cute. Okay, guys, I really appreciate all of you so very much. Again, if you're on YouTube, hop on over to Facebook. If you're on Facebook, hop on over to YouTube, subscribe, and like our page. And I really appreciate you guys. Alrighty, without further ado, you guys chase that sunshine, whatever that means for you. Bye, guys. Take care. Finish there, and then the YouTube. Let's see how we finish here. I guess I forget. Oh, thank you so much, Cheryl. You're an angel straight from heaven.